Okay, so if you're familiar with a game like Tainted Grail, the exploration works somewhat similarly. So let me see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's looking good. So yeah, the exploration, the world exploration works a little bit like Tainted Grail. In some ways, it's a bit more gamey, and that's something I like. So I'm going to just bring these dice up here. So before you do the world exploration, a couple things that you need to know is your pilot's health. So Enver, and you use the hull to track your pilot's health. And then shield is your energy. You always start with 10. There's different ways to replenish, but you always start with 10. And because we don't have like our miniatures for the pilots, we're just going to use our ships. And they're kind of a little bit big for this case, but it's okay. All right, so on your turn, well, we start here. You would read the story. I'm not going to read it for you. If you have the dutiful achievement, you're going to read the dutiful achievement, and it looks like something happens if you have the dutiful achievement. And then it gets the objective. Recover the package and get back so that you can complete repairs on the Sparrow. Setup. Set up the Machosic Moon World Exploration, revealed World Exploration card 01, and placed all pilots on it. Okay, so that's this one right here. This is 01. Great. So now, on a turn, at the beginning of the player's turn, everyone expends an energy. Boom. And then what happens is you take a look at the card, and you'll see there's not a lot of options in this first turn. This is a pretty barren piece of land. But there's a couple of options. This box with green, this is a explore action, explore/move, explore and move action. The little icons underneath represent how many dice you need of a certain type in order to complete that action. So here it says you need 2 dice of either attack or move. So either this one or this one. And it really doesn't matter, right? But because it requires 2, I'm going to go this direction. I'm going to go ahead and, second here, I'll roll the 2 dice. And this is unfortunate. So you commit how many dice you want to roll before you perform the action. If I wanted to, just on my turn, I could be like, you know what, I don't actually want to use that roll. I'm going to roll these 3 dice and do the same thing if I didn't want to take a stress. But you know what, I'm okay to take a stress because a stress counts as a wild. And in this game, if your stress in World Exploration, if your stress ever reaches 10, then every time you take an additional stress, you lose a point of health. Okay, so I'm in here. Boom. Okay, stop. This means immediately stop. I have to read entry 01. Go to my scenario book in the Chosic Moon. I read the entry. What's that smell? Everywhere you look, there are indicators that something awful happened here. Stations in disarray, smashed up equipment, smears of ooze. At least it isn't fresh. I guess that accounts for the smell. Sol responds as he looks across the scene. Hopefully, the items you need are still in working order. Okay, there's a little spelling mistake already. Hopefully, the items you need are still in working order. Okay, so this is the section I am in. What you see here are a few things I can do. I can move back if I want. Again, cost 2 dice. I can investigate whatever this is. Looks like it's some sort of gun. I can investigate here for 2 any dice. And this is papers on the ground. I can move. I could explore 06. That's only 1 dice. So that's actually kind of a nice. Or I could go up here. And this is a strength. This is a skill test. And it requires strength. But it also requires 3 orange dice, 3 attack dice. Okay, so let's just take a second here. I expended 2 dice to do that, so I still have 3 dice left. Okay, Enver actually has 1 strength. So what's going to happen is I'm going to roll my dice, and then I'm going to add any successes, which are the strength icons. I'm going to add that to my skill stats, and I'm going to read the result either way. So you know what? Let's go for it. I'm going to go 3 dice. I need 2. Okay, so I have 1. I could take another stress, and then I add my strength for a 3. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do that. So I take a stress. Okay, 05. Read 05. Success. You put your shoulder into the jammed door and hear a satisfying crack as it opens. Immediately explore 05. Okay, failure. Oh yeah, sorry. I always, when I play these games, I always read both. What would have happened? I would have taken 2 damage. Ouch. Okay, this is nice. So I flip this and I immediately explore, which is, I guess, kind of a bummer in some ways, but hey, I knew what I was getting into. There was this little arrow with a little graphic design glitch. Okay, so that's the end of my turn, right? I've used up all 5 dice. I can't do anything else. There was no exclamation marks. All right, use up another energy. Here we go. Here I have a couple of options. I can investigate what's going on here. It looks like some guy who's like bleeding or something. It looks like his hand's not there. I can investigate what is on. Investigate what's on this desk. I could do an intelligence test. I need 3 green, or I can move. What's my intelligence? I am not a smart cookie. I have dexterity and I have charm, but no intelligence. Okay, so I'm going to just read. I'm going to go to investigate 2-4. So I'm going to commit 2 dice to that. Roll them. Man, what is up with this stress? It's like a 1 in 6 chance, and I keep on getting it. Whatever. Okay, so this was 24. Here we go. Project Rebound, entry 0021, day 6. Results have been unproductive, and the subjects have been unruly once they realized that we would have to injure them in order to commence testing. A scuffle resulted in several orderlies being injured themselves. Fortunately, I convinced them that this was an excellent opportunity to benefit from undergoing testing themselves. Aggression seems to be rising with the increased testosterone levels required to boost healing. Okay, so there is something going on in this research facility. Great. I used up my 2 dice. I have 3 left. I could take a risk on this. Maybe I could see I'm going to see what 26 is about, because it's wild, so I'll get it either way. Okay, great, no stress. 26. Why have you come to my help? A person is leaning up against the wall, wheezing to himself. Who are you? One of the group asked. I am Dr. Romero. He coughs, blood sputtering from his mouth. Have you met my friends? I tried to make them better, but I was a bad doctor. Uh-oh. His eyes closed. His breathing sounds wet, like it's through a damp cloth. You should go, but before my friends come, they won't like you. It will be worse if they do. You can see the doctor is verging on the brink of death. He is not making any sense. What do you do? Uh-oh. Kind of goes to the next page. Leave him to die. Stay with him as he passes, or put him out of his misery, only if you have the gun. I don't know. I guess I'll just leave him. No, I'm going to stay with him as he passes. Okay. Decide to immediately proceed to entry 29. Stay with him as he passes. Skip your next 2 turns, and then I receive the justice achievement. But I skipped the next 2 turns. Oh, well, that's annoying. So Games, the scenario is fitting for people to play right now. Oh, Jonathan, it kind of is. So that's a bummer. So I actually just skipped the next 2 turns. So basically I could just like rotate just down my energy down 2, because there's no one else. Okay, so if you don't want any more spoilers, because you'll notice this is like a exploration lore-driven experience, and I hope you enjoy it. Like, I'm actually already getting wrapped up into this. It's fun. This is yeah, it's fun. This is kind of just a little teaser of what world exploration will be. And so, eventually, hopefully you find what you're coming for, and then you can escape, and nothing bad will happen, obviously, right? So as the main mechanics of the game, right? On your turn, you use an energy, and then you have access to all your action dice. You see an action available, you commit any number of dice that you think, right? So for this strength test, I have 5 dice available. You know what I really want to get? I'm going to commit all 5 of my dice to it. It's a little bit like a push your luck type game. And so maybe you don't get it if you roll just 3, so you're going to commit to 5. But you know what? You want actions for later, and so I'm going to actually just roll 3 instead of the 5. And it's different, right? When you're playing with multiple people, you will actually only have the 4 dice. And so, yeah, that's a game. It's kind of a bunch of actions, and it's a little bit gamey in the sense, and you'll see there's some tension. If you have any questions, this is, you write in the feedback, check the rule book, and it's kind of your rule book and the scenario book are your friends in this kind of choose your own adventure. And that's world exploration. I don't think there's much more to explain on that, but it's fun, that's for sure. And I'm excited to show you this, and I'm excited to show you more because we have more. It's just not finished yet.